Hey, Cal here. Another video. I turned over the Bane blade to Daryl and he loves it. I ripped off the banner because it was just so much of a pain. It wasn't really worth the frustration. So I just put on the arm that makes it look like he's propping himself up and supporting himself on the sponson. And overall, it turned out great. Daryl likes it. You know, he likes the camo and everything. But, awesome picture I got. Got it for free. I like it. Right over my TV, so whenever I'm on my computer, I see that. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the video. I've been doing some rearranging on my shelves, and I've basically decided to take my Space Marines, my generic Space Marines, out of the case and put it on the shelves, my shelves on display. I cleared off 4 spaces. One space was already cleared off because it's where I had my orcs. I cleared off 4 spaces, one for my orcs, one for my Chaos Space Marines, one for my Space Marines, one for my Lizardmen, and when I start collecting Imperial Guard, I'll clear off another space and put Imperial Guardsmen on another shelf. Ooh, got all black there. Ooh. Yeah, because I have the light sources behind me. This is to my left. But anyways, I'm going to show you my shelves. First I'm going to show you all my Chaos stuff. Flip this around. This is all my Chaos stuff. In basically the units that I would field them. For now, this is Zinch Squad. This is my fun squad. It has this aspiring champion in it. It's not really for competitive scenarios, but I had a bunch of extra models laying on the side, so I think I'll just put them into a unit. But I have 2 of these guys, and it's not fully painted yet. These 8 guys here are going to be next to be painted, and I'm going to paint those heavy bolters there. But Dave brought up a very good point with these guys, as I was telling him I had 2 icons of Zinch guys. And I was like, oh, well, I might just convert them into more Marines. But then he was saying, oh, Dave was telling me just to put the 2 to the side because I have this one, and I have this one that was in my Chosen squad, but I split them up. And he was saying, in Apocalypse, field a 20-man Chaos Space Marine squad with the Zinch. That was a perfect point. So I'm going to keep these, I'm going to paint them up, and I'm going to put them to the side. But for now, this is part of this fun squad that was just basically all the extra Marines that I didn't have in a unit. Then I have a Slanesh squad with 2 plasma guns, but the 2 melta guns over here that I have put together are going to be painted with the same color scheme, so I can easily swap them out and exchange them all. And unit back here, there's 2 missing, but for now I'm just going to take 2 Marines out of here because I have 2 fully painted Marines. I'm just going to put them in there for now. I'm just going to get a 5-man box and just fill in these 2 here, and then maybe 2 more over here. So, and there's that. 8 Berserkers, Power Fists. That's it. This is my Swamp Breaker. Basically, they're from my generic army, but they're traitors. So instead of calling them the Swamp Breakers, which is what the name of the chapter for my generic Marines, which are on the shelf, you'll see them here in a minute, I'm calling these guys the Swamp Terrors. They basically joined the Silent Night warband, which has this color scheme, and they kept their original colors as they joined the warband, and it's basically going to be led by either this guy and my Terminator Nurgle Lord I made out of a spare Terminator body and Lightning Claws. So basically it has a champion, but the champion just has 2 chainswords just for aesthetics. He doesn't actually get 2 chainswords. It's just for looks. He still has a bolt pistol, a bolt gun. He just is modeled with 2 chainswords. And then 2 flamers, which I call this the left nut of Nurgle, because it looks like a very inappropriate body part. And then this guy here, the way I modeled him, is going to be modeled in a similar way, with basically a sack, or I call it the left and right nut, the nuts of Nurgle, because I'm weird like that. It's a good joke that you can't really tell until you really think about it. But I did a lot of sculpting, like pus and whatnot coming out of the vents, and mutations. I put a little loincloth there. Basically junk and a whole bunch of crap coming out of pretty much every joint and all that. And I'm doing it with everybody. The guys that are black are already sculpted, but I have to do the sculpting on the rest. But it might take a while because I'm low on green stuff again. Then 11 possessed. I threw out this guy. I'm probably going to tear him apart because he was missing a leg. Or I might just fix him up and make a new leg. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plastic ones. I have to put an arm on this guy here. And put the backpack back on this one. And then 2 metal possessed, which were stripped and put back together. And they're back there. These aren't really a unit that I would put in a competitive game. I'm just painting them up because I have them. And they've worked out pretty well so far in some games. So I'm painting them up just for the sake of it. I have 2 obliterators here. This is almost done. But I have this Terminator body that Joe gave me, and I'm going to make this another obliterator. And I got to finish them before the tournament in 2 weeks. And then Terminators. 1 with a Power Fist, 1 with a Chain Fist. 3 with power weapons, 1 with a Combi Melta, 1 with a Reaper autocannon. Well, they were given to me, and that's all they came with. So I proxied these 2, which are already painted. I just have to paint the Swanson guy. Then Slanesh Rhino, Nurgle Vindicator, which that's not getting painted until after Games Day. And I have to finish this guy here. So this is basically what I'm going to have to do before Games Day. Paint up all these guys. And this tank here, except this one. This one will be entered in the vehicle conversion contest when I get it done. And I have a bunch of extra Marines, my Sorcerer, which needs to be finished. And before I run out of time, I'll show you my shelves. This shelf right here is for my Lizardmen. Can't really see it all that well. I have my Skinks with Croxagore, Old Blood here. You can't see them. You can't see them at all. But this right here, if I put my hand behind it, you can see the outline, is my Skink on Horned one, my Skink Chief. This is 20 Source Warriors, 8 Cavalry, 10 Temple Guard, 2 Jungle Swarms, and that there. Then over here, this is where my Chaos Marines are going to go. These are all the stuff that are done. This was pre-painted, this I painted, this I painted, this I painted. And there's all of my generic Marines there. They're dark. I can't get any light over here unless I do this, but it looks all creepy and weird. So these are all my Space Marines. I just had to get them out of the case and do any repairs. This right here, this is my conversion for last year's Games Day. It's half painted. I'll get it painted. And a lot of this is like my heaviest converted army so far. So I have a bunch of conversions, but I'm not going to go into too much depth. And then my Orks, which are just a Celtone Black Reach minus 2 Def Coptas, as I tore them to pieces because I thought I'd never play Orks. And a random Blood Bowl mini I found at Comics MD, and the 2 ghouls I got from the Mantic Games newsletter thing, which took a long time to get here. So I'm basically, move back a little bit, you'll see I'm better. I'm basically clearing spaces on the shelves for my armies. Now when I start, now my 3rd army for 40k, or I'm gonna be doing I'm doing Imperial Guard next, but it's gonna be Trader Guard. I'm gonna clear off this space here and put Trader Guard here. When I get the Imperial Guard Codex, I'm gonna get the Ork Codex as well. So I'm gonna start playing with these guys, but they're not going to be so effective because they're just Assault on Black Reach. And that'll basically be the armies that I'm going to have for the next number of years before I decide to do something else, if I do anything else. Oh, I'll also have I'll have a few more. I'll be doing another fantasy army in like 2 to 3 years. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. Might do Warriors of Chaos, but I don't know. I'm just doing armies. For fantasy, I'm just doing armies I like. And these guys are pretty good. I got in a tie game today because the common Casadora really came in handy. So I'm basically just putting everything on display. I have to basically remind my mother not to try to dust all of them, because every time she dusts them, she has no regard for any of my stuff. She doesn't care what happens. She'll just come over here and just dust them all with a duster or something, and then they'll all be in disarray, all falling over, probably broken. I'm gonna just tell her, don't fuck with them. When I need to dust them off, I'll use the air canister, which is there. Also, I have my crappy cardboard stompa I made when I was really bored. I don't even know if it's even fully legal. He's bigger than plastic stompa, but who cares? It'll be for fun orc games, for Ork Apocalypse. So here we go. Just a little pan over. My biggest army, well, my Chaos Marines are just as big, but they're not as sophisticated. These guys are just kind of randomized. But it's a good list. Good army. These guys are a good army. They're basically done. I might get some things here and there, like maybe a few more rhinos. You know, and then I'll be set for that list. But my Chaos are going Apocalypse, so I might have to clear another space off the shelf so that I can put a lot of the tanks and stuff on it. But anyways, this is my setup for all my armies. Yeah, it's like midnight. It's past midnight, so I get crappy lighting because all my light is focused over there. So anyways, I'm gonna cut this short because my battery yet again only has like a 15-minute lifespan. Might shorten here pretty soon. So this is Codex Spy 665 signing out. Bye bye, and tell me what you think of what I've done here. Bye.